In this video, I'm going to be guiding you through the monopoly diagram, explained simply. First of all, we need to look at the characteristics of a monopoly. They are a single or a dominant firm which makes a very unique product for the market. They are a price maker, which means they can set the price for their goods and services, as there are no close substitute goods and the barriers to entry are very high. The high barriers to entry is significant because it deters potential competitors from competing with the monopoly. And as a result, from all of these characteristics, the demand curve faced by the firm is relatively price inelastic. Now let's have a look how the monopoly makes profit. The formula to profit maximization is marginal cost equals marginal revenue. And at this point, the quantity produced is here, and the average revenue charged is here. As average revenue is simply the price per unit, so the price you charge is the revenue you average, so price is here. To work out the total revenue, we multiply the price times quantity, which gives us this green box here. In order to find the average cost per unit, you need to start at Q, which is here at the bottom of the axis. Then you go straight up until you hit the AC curve. And at this point, this tells the monopoly the cost of making each unit, which is expressed as AC. So in order to find out the total cost, we multiply AC by Q, and this gives us the red box here. And as the total revenue is greater than the total cost, supernormal profits occur when AR is greater than AC, which is represented in the purple box here. And the important part here is that high barriers to entry deter competitors from competing within this market. So the monopoly will continue to make supernormal profits as long as this continues to be the case. Moving on to the welfare loss of a monopoly. At the point of profit maximization, the firm is allocatively inefficient, which is represented in the triangle here. If we look at the point of allocative efficiency when AR equals MC, we can see that the price is here at P star and the quantity is here at Q. But at the profit maximization point, there is a loss in consumer surplus as they experience higher prices and lower quantity. And at the same time, there is a loss in the producer surplus as they intentionally restrict output as their goal is to maximize profits. Now moving on to normal profits. Normal profits is when total revenue equals total cost, which is P multiplied times Q, and both total revenue and costs are equal. So price multiplied by quantity is the green box here, and AC, or average cost multiplied by quantity, is the red box here, which results in normal economic profit. Moving on to loss. At the point of profit maximization, which is here, we can see that the average costs are greater than the average revenue here. And we can calculate the total costs by multiplying the average costs and quantity, which gives us the red box here, and calculating the total revenue, price multiplied by quantity, which gives us the green box. And as the costs are greater than the revenue, this gives us the red box up here. And the monopolists will continue to make a loss in the long run. This is due to high barriers to exit. These include significant legal costs, cost to clean up, and sunk costs. Now moving on to natural monopoly. A natural monopoly is when a single firm is able to supply the entire market at a lower cost than two or more firms could. This is due to very high startup costs, and the average total costs are spread throughout the range of its output. A classic example would be an underground train service. And because of its excessively high startup costs, it is more efficient for one supplier to serve the entire industry. So moving on to natural monopoly and profits. Same as before, at profit maximization, which is marginal cost equals marginal revenue, the quantity is here average cost is here, and the average revenue here. So the total revenue is price multiplied by quantity, which is the green box here, and the total cost is the average cost multiplied by quantity, which is the red box here. And as total revenue is greater than total cost, the natural monopoly receives a profit of the purple box up here. Moving on to why natural monopolies require government intervention. Some examples of natural monopolies are water supply, power supply, underground railway services, and the supply of medicine. And due to its critical nature of the product, a much larger quantity is required to serve the entire economy. So the government requires the natural monopoly to operate at average revenue equals marginal cost. This is when the firm is the most allocatively efficient, and at this point it is able to supply more quantity compared to profit maximization. And as you can see, the average cost is greater than the average revenue. The government will need to pay a per unit subsidy to the natural monopolists to cover losses. Let me show you. We can see that the total revenue is price multiplied by quantity, which is illustrated in the green box here, but the total cost is AC multiplied by Q, which is illustrated in the red box here. Therefore, the loss is AC minus P multiplied by Q, which is the box up here. And as stated before, a subsidy of AC minus P per unit is required for the natural monopoly, and this keeps the natural monopoly operating. I hope that helped. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.